Now, I have recently completed Persona 5 Royal on the Nintendo Switch. Now, don't worry, this isn't my first rodeo when it comes to Persona 5 because I completed it originally on the PlayStation 4 when it was originally released. Now, I finally got my teeth into the Royal Edition and man oh man, what a game. But what I wanted to do today is actually give you a full review about Persona 5 Royal. Now, when I do my reviews, I discuss it in several sections. So we look at the story, the gameplay, presentation, we talk about the music, and I will give it an overall rating. Now, when it comes to my ratings, there's only 3 ratings I will give this. It will either be play it, check it, or avoid it. Now, that's kind of self-explanatory, is it? Anyway, let's get into this review. Now we start our story during what appears to be an escape from a casino where we are introduced to our protagonist, Joker, and also a brand new mysterious character who is exclusive to Persona 5 Royal. Now, after the escape goes wrong and Joker is caught, we see the story played out as a flashback where our protagonist is explaining everything to his interrogator. Now, the story follows Joker, who is a high school student who has been transferred schools and city due to his criminal conviction. Now from here, events unfold and our protagonist and his friends discover the metaverse, a reality created by the distorted hearts of its palace rulers. Now our heroes form the Phantom Thieves, who are out to steal the hearts of enemies and to fix and reform society. The original story from Persona 5 is intact here, and it is still utterly fantastic. Now, with Persona 5 Royal being an expanded version of the original, similar to the likes of Persona 4 Golden, there is extra story content here, which explores 2 new characters which have been introduced to the Royal Edition. Now, without spoilers, these new additions are very welcomed and again, utterly fantastic. But beware, if you want to access this extra content, make sure you spend time with these new characters. Hintity hint, 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 hint. Now, in regards to gameplay, at heart, Persona 5 Royal is a turn-based JRPG, which also combines a bit of monster hunting in the form of personas. Now, you use these personas in battle, which is essentially elemental attacks. Now, when you hit your enemy's weaknesses, you can either use a baton pass to increase attacks, or hit an all-out attack. Or maybe negotiate with an enemy to become your new persona. Now, how I see this aspect of collecting personas is, well, I mentioned earlier, like monster hunting. So, yeah, Pokemon. Now, the game essentially is split into 2 parts. Now, this is being the social simulator side and the dungeon crawler side. So when you're not in dungeons battling it out with the shadows, you are a high school student. Now, during your time in Tokyo, you'll be forging bonds with your teammates and other characters throughout the city, which will help increase your stats or give you enhancements to help in your quest with the Phantom Thieves. Or why not build up your own personal stats like your kindness, your guts, etc. Now, this will also have a positive effect and can be used to your advantage. So for example, if you have a high proficiency stat, you'll be able to create extra items to help you within your dungeon crawling experiences. Now, like the tagline says, take your time, as you have a 1-year in-game calendar, so spend your time wisely and do what you want. Now, with this game being the enhanced edition compared to the original, there is differences within the gameplay, and all the enhancements are amazing and makes the experience 10 times better than the original. So, for example, you are introduced to the hook shot. So, there is extra elements in the dungeons where you'll be able to use your hook shot to either attack enemies from a distance or get up to new secret areas. Now, there is a new battle element as well in this game known as Showtime. So this is where 2 characters will at random come together and do a powerful attack. Now these are really good when they come out of nowhere and you may be in a bind during battle. It really fares up the battles. Also, there is a brand new area introduced into Tokyo for you to explore and also increase your stats within. So for example, in this new area there's a jazz club, or why not take your friends to the billiards and darts club. Or there's also another shop in this area where you're able to sell certain loot that you weren't able to do before in the original Persona. From my experience of playing both games, Persona 5 Royal has tweaked what needed to be tweaked from the original, and it has made this game 10 times better than the original. It has totally grabbed me. Now in regards to the performance, I played this on the Nintendo Switch and I didn't have any sort of issues with playing the games. I had no crashes, I didn't see any dips in frame rates, and I played it on both handheld and I played it on docked mode, and they both looked utterly fantastic. I will say that having it handheld looks really crisp. Now, having cel shaded graphics in any sort of game is always a fantastic choice, as it always stands the test of time. Now, Persona 5's UI, the user interface, it's something else. It is now the template for all the upcoming Atlas games, so you'll see when Persona 3 Reload comes up, the inspiration which has come from Persona 5.
Prior notice, caught for you. We wanna make this party you don't wanna skip. Gonna be a show to remember. Take over, start to put it down. Make over, nothing's gonna fit the way my life was over when it started with that shoe. The thought was walking, I'm getting names over.
So to close this review out, Persona 5 Royal is a breathtaking JRPG which needs to be experienced by everyone. Now, if you are a friend of the channel, you will be aware that Persona 4 Golden is one of my all-time favourite JRPGs. But after playing Persona 5 Royal, that title may be moved to Persona 5 Royal, because this game had me hooked and it did everything right. All the changes were for the better. The new characters, the new story were just amazing, and I was so upset having to finish this game, and I really wanted to stay within this world. And I may even delve back into this game sooner than later. Now when it comes to rating this game, this definitely gets a play it rating. So there we have it, that is my review for Persona 5 Royal. Have you played Persona 5 Royal before? Let me know in the comments down below. Now if you like what you're hearing and seeing on the channel, please help me grow it by liking, sharing and subscribing. And if you want to be kept up to date with everything Chicken Fillets, please hit that notification bell. This has been Chicken Fillets, and until next time, tatty bye.